You may wonder what we are actually doing here.
We are two second-year students validating our diploma at the Applied Physics and Measurement Engineering Department of the University Institute of Technology of Bordeaux.
Hello, I'm Lucille. I come from a preparatory class of the National School of Chemistry, Biology and Physics, but realized that I preferred applied physics and lab sessions. So I decided to come here to study, to broaden my knowledge of applications in physics.
Hello, I'm Maxime. I come from high school and I was interested in a vocational but multidisciplinary training to acquire a technical degree. You need it here and nowhere else you can follow scientific courses in English via the European track. You'll find out about the diversity of these disciplines and about the European track. The students are divided in 4 groups of 35 people maximum to follow lessons.
To one of these 4 groups, lessons of physics and chemistry are taught in English.
It is a local specificity of the Applied Physics and Measurement Engineering Department of Bordeaux.
There is an entrance test to select people who will follow this track during 4 semesters.
Let's see more precisely what is done in lab sessions. You may wonder what I've been doing to this piece of steel. So now it's time to polish it.
This treatment allows to analyze the material with a better accuracy than with a raw material. Indeed, we can analyze its hardness by making a cavity with a diamond and see how it reacts, but also analyze its structure with a microscope and especially its crystallization.
Now, the surface almost looks like a mirror. This experiment is a flow measurement. It is used in the environmental field for a water treatment. For instance, there is the job of the dipstick which uses this method. Also, the automotive sector resorts to this method for the measurement of the oil flow or the cooling liquids. It is to determine which flow you need to keep the temperature low enough.
This method uses a goniometer to determine the deflection of a light beam by an optical device such as a prism or a grating. The goniometer is used to measure the angles of the light beam and deduce the prism's index, or the composition of light. It is used to control, for example, the orientation of a crystalline sample.
The spectrometer gives the spectrum of a light source. It is used especially for an industrial environmental control such as the goniometer.
Disciplines taught in English go from nuclear physics to electronics, passing by mathematics, material science, and much more.
Now, let's see what the benefits to follow the European track are with Mr. Zimmer, teacher in this department.
Okay, the benefits from an academic point of view. This European track gives students a possibility to have some scientific classes in English and to prepare them well for future studies and work. And from a personal point of view, it gives the opportunity to students to discover new culture, to make friends and to create a network for the future.
During the first year, I was not in the European track. I reached it at the beginning of the year. In fact, I failed the entrance test. But I was determined to join this section. So I worked to improve my English level to prove that I was able to achieve it. Now, I find it easier. Plus, our teachers spend more time helping us understand those courses in English.
Some of their subjects are taught in English and involve practical sessions related to these subjects. I found this operating mode rewarding to acquire the necessary technical vocabulary and skills to work in science and English. A real help for our future career. Moreover, a bonus is given at the end of each semester, depending on results, attendance, and behavior. As European track students, we have to find an internship of 11 weeks in a foreign country at the end of the training.
The University of Bordeaux has partners like companies or universities, and students help to find their internship.
Actually, there is a teacher in charge of this task.
Our partners are, well, mostly continental Europe, except for England, but from northern countries like Finland and Denmark to southern countries like Spain and Portugal. In between you would find Germany, Austria and other places.
What about after the diploma?
Actually, 90% of students who follow this training continue their studies.
Let's see in what fields.
So the majority of our students continue their studies in engineering schools, and the main fields are electronics and materials, and some of them continue studying mechanics.
So you just have seen that the applied physics and measurement engineering training is within reach.
It can help you achieve your personal and professional projects.
You can join an engineering school,
A vocational Bachelor of Science.
either as a regular student or an apprentice.
We hope that this video could help you to know a little bit more about our training and
Let's convince you to join us as soon as you can.